baby. We live and you are in effect with the Locker Room Show crew. It is Thursday, you guys. We got an amazing show lined up for you. I got my man in the middle of the screen. He's taking a break from his daughter's game to rock with you guys tonight to give you some sauce because not too many people, you guys, have been through football industry like Jashon has been through football industry. But let me introduce my boy from St. Louis before we get cracking. What's going on, Guru? How you doing?
Man, I'm chilling. I'm chilling, man. Still enjoying this warm weather. And we getting off in October, so I ain't complaining. I'll take my 87 degree.
I heard that. And for those that don't know, he is
Damn
in
that.
Houston, Texas. So I'm sure it is nice in Houston. But let's get into tonight's show, you guys, because like I said, this is one I'm excited about. This is somebody that I've known since he was a teenager, and we were fighting up the football ladder together, trying to make it as far as we possibly could get. This is somebody that was an All-American, you guys, in high school. He didn't skip a beat once he got to college, started making plays right away, became an All-American in college. After college, went on to play professionally, you guys. He's been in the administrative and front office, you could say, roles of college football at the highest level. So he's going to give us some game behind the scenes, how things are done too. But there's not too many people, you guys, who you can talk to that have been through all the different things that football can present a young man. And he also has a son that's coming up in the game too, and he's going to share with us what he's been teaching his son. So I'm excited. I don't want to hold back no longer, and we are introducing the great Jashon Sykes. What's going on, boss?
Man, I appreciate the introduction, man. That was probably the best I've got. I appreciate you for all the lies that you just told about me.
We're going to keep that between us. We're supposed to keep that between us. He slipped me a 50 before the show on the cash out. But no, we go way back, man. It is nothing but respect. I've seen you grow as a man. I watched you ball out as a player. So love you, man, and thank you for joining us.
Man, I appreciate you, T. I always remember, you were one of the first guys I came across uh, when I decided to go to Colorado, and we were roommates along with D Strict and Vic, and some of those stories we can talk about, some of them we can't talk about, but hell of a time, man. You kind of showed me the ropes right away when I first got to see you, just the ins and outs of freshman life and dorm life, and man, you always a brother of mine.
Much love, man, and
What's up?
always, always. So let's rock, you guys, because we got a great show lined up. And like I said, he's at his daughter's game. I don't want her mad at me because I know that she don't play. So let's get right into it, man. The power of football, Jay. The power of football, man. I mean, few can even dream of all the things that football has done in your life that you have accomplished, man, with the game. And I want to ask you, when you really sit back, I don't know your favorite drink, but when you sit back and you think about your career and football, what does football mean to you?
What does it mean to me, man? It means so much to me. I was actually speaking to a group last week just about the role that football has played in my life.
Mm,
Uh, I got to go back to the beginning of time, when I was probably 4 or 5. Football put some great mentors in my life. Um, my childhood park coach, Coach Boyer, rest his soul. I always give him love because he showed me what it was like. Um, he was a man that picked me up for to and from practice. He was a man that fed me. It was the first time that I saw um, married life in my neighborhood. He introduced me to religion, but he was someone that was a mentor in my life, and all the way when I got to high school, I met a similar my high school coach, Coach Nash. Um, so football has played some great guys in my life to kind of help shape and mold me. along with all the life lessons from, like I was talking to this group and I was telling them all the life lessons that football does for you. And when you become an adult, corporate America, the first thing they want to know is, hey, did you play sports? And the reason why they want to know that is because all the life lessons that playing sports have taught you: hard work, team oriented, uh, being driven, self-motivated. If you played football or any sport, you've had highs, you've had lows. It keeps you competitive. Football, sports in general, man, just it's done so many things. I've traveled to probably almost all. I haven't been to Africa. That's the only continent that I haven't been to, but I've been there not to go play a game, but from them checks from football, from either playing or coaching. So football's been it's been great to me.
I love it, man. And I know your brother was a baller and he had success in the game and helped bring you up too, man. So that's all big right there. Kind of leads me into my next thing, Jay. And for those that are joining us for the first time, thank you for joining us. All of the topics are on the bottom ticker, but there's the next generation coming up, man. And we've talked about this young man for a while, and you said he's one of them ones. He's like that, T. And I know because I've seen part of your journey, but there's parts of your journey that I didn't see how much blood, sweat, and tears goes into this football thing. And now your son has said he wants to do the same thing that dad has done. Um, when you think about your son's journey, is there anything that makes you hesitant about letting him get in this game? Or are you like, hey, if you're ready, let's buckle it up?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't want him to play football because of the pressure. And when he was younger, he was really, really talented in baseball. He's a lefty, and the people used to call him Little Griffey. And for the longest, I thought baseball was going to be his journey. And Simeon put together this PowerPoint to me and his mom on why we should let him play football. And we fought it, and we sat down behind closed doors, his mom and I, my wife and I, and like, all right, maybe if he really wants to play, we ought to let him play. So I really sat him down, man. Sim was like 11, 12 at the time. And just to let him know, like, do you know what comes with wanting to play football in this family? Because my two older brothers played college ball. My nephew played college ball. I got another nephew that's getting recruited to play college ball. Obviously, my journey in playing football. So it's a lot of weight on his shoulders, and I wanted to prepare him for that because it's more than just, oh, I want to play football. No, dog, it's some expectations that you don't even know about that comes with this. Can you guys see me good? My lights just
Yeah,
went
no,
out.
you good, you
Oh,
We
good,
got
okay.
bro.
it.
Okay, good. So I wanted to share that with them, like, hey, if we're gonna do this, we're doing this to not make it to college. We're doing this to go to the league. And that's the expectations that I put on him. And where he is right now, he's a freshman in high school at Castile, where I coach at. He is he's beyond his years right now. And he takes the coaching, he takes the hard work, he knows the expectations. Um, I always tell him, you know, in comparison to where I was as a freshman, you're probably 2 years ahead of me. He just started last week on varsity as a freshman. So I mean, I wasn't even playing freshman excuse me, I wasn't playing varsity as a freshman. So he's on his way. He's on his way. He's got to continue. Obviously, there's a process to getting to college, and just a journey in sports in general. And there's gonna be highs and lows, and I try to prepare him for all that stuff. Not only be his coach, but be a father and prepare him for the highs and lows of life and football.
Wow, man, that's special that you're willing to share that and
Yeah,
open up with us, because that's some insight for you guys, right? Some of you families are wondering why certain families are thriving in the industry or in football. They look at it a little different, just like Kendrick says. They're not like
yeah,
us. He's prepping his son. He said, don't even get in it. Don't even get in it unless you're ready to dominate and you willing to put in that work. So I
yeah.
appreciate you sharing that, because that's the real talk. And Sim, we see you, baby. And before you go pro, ready when you ready to rock and roll. Q, let's get into the mix with you, man. Our next topic is the coaching changes. We got a lot
Yeah.
of coaching changes. We talked about this last week. And with the coaching changes, that slices and dices some things up on the recruiting side of things, where maybe this coach Q that's calling me this week from Auburn is saying, hey, forget what I was telling you about Auburn. I'm about to be the DC in Minnesota. I want you to come with me to Minnesota. Or that coach from Pittsburgh is saying, hey, now I'm the head coach over here at UCLA. Forget Pittsburgh. Come with me to UCLA. In the recruiting world, from the guru standpoint, is that a good thing for a recruit to listen to? To maybe go with the recruiter that's been recruiting me, that's saying, hey, forget what I was telling you, go to this other spot? Or do you need to have your antennas up as a recruit when somebody flips script?
I'm gonna tell you what, the younger version of me would have said follow your coach, and that would have been a easy answer to the question. The more seasoned version of me now, I would say your antennas are gonna be up, because I need to know as a player, well, why weren't you successful where you were at? What happened? Why you couldn't get? I mean, you got
Well, what
dog.
if it's an upgrade? What if it's an upgrade where I'm over
Yeah, yeah.
Cincinnati?
Damn the school. I'm talking about the coach
Okay.
though. I'm talking about the coach, right? Like I get in regards to the program, but the
Yeah.
but the head coach is still at the steering wheel no matter where he goes. I need to know why you weren't successful. I want to know why you couldn't get these kids. You got killers there just like me. Why couldn't you get them to respond?
Okay.
That's what I need
So
to know. So that's the
okay.
that's
So
the
you're
that's the
you're
that's the
coming from
older,
a
more
different
wiser
aspect
version
on
of
it.
me that I need to
Okay.
dig a little bit deeper. And that's great. Like I said, if you're going, if you're going, especially to, say for example, you're going from uh a San Jose State or wherever, man, to a blue blood school. Great. I mean, that's a great, but I still want to know what exactly happened, man. Like, we gonna have to have a heart to heart, man. Like, I need to know what's going on. I'm not just jumping ship following you, because this is my journey, right? You living your journey, I'm living my journey. So it's not about me not going with you, but I need to know, man, like all the way raw, what happened where you were at. Was it your coaching staff? Was it off the field issues that you couldn't get under control with your players? What was the situation? Did you have did you have other disgruntled killers like me that got disgruntled and hit the portal? And that's
Okay.
why you wasn't winning? It's a lot of different scenarios we'd have to discuss.
Okay. And we do have Jashon, you guys, but he's in the car with his daughter's game. So we got to save his battery. Make sure he don't blow out his light
It's
there, and it could get home. Go
is
ahead.
one thing y'all gotta remember is a businessman always looks at everything from all angles all the time.
Okay. Okay. Now talk to me, Jay. I mean, your son will be going through this soon. Let's say mid-tier school, Cincinnati is recruiting him since his junior year. Now all of
Right.
a sudden they get to go to USC and they say, you know what, forget Cincinnati, come with us to USC. Is it smart to just go to the bigger school, or should he stay where maybe he felt comfortable at the first place?
Well, comfort is one thing, but it's now a business. So
Okay.
the first thing when a coach enters a living room, when they want you to potentially come play for their school, let's talk dollars and cents, right? That's what it's become. That's what it's become.
Okay.
And the more talented a kid is, the higher dollars and cents we talking about, right? So yeah, loyalty is one thing. Let's say Cincinnati's been recruiting me the hardest. I'll just use myself as an example. And the coach and my heart is in it. I think I like Cincinnati. I've done all this research, and then the coach up and leaves and goes to USC, like you said. Now we know USC got a little bit more coin than Cincinnati, right? So I think in today's world, because coaches leave all the time because of better opportunities for them and their families. A coach can recruit you. He could have been recruiting you for the past 2 years. And if a better opportunity comes about for him and his family, man, that coach is putting that house up for sale so fast. So now kids have leverage to where they can change the trajectory of their families and their life based on a school paying them more money than the other school. And I think that's fair. If coaches can do it, the players should be. I've always thought that, even as a administrator. So in today's game, there is no loyalty. It's all about what is the best opportunity for me. And I will take my best opportunity for me and place it in a team environment and try to be the best that I can be in a team environment.
Okay. So you're saying basically every man read their own situation, but
Sure.
it's best. Forget what the coach is talking about. If what he's talking about is best for you, go with him. If what he's talking about isn't best for you, stay there. That's what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
every scenario is different. It's individually case by case different. Um, the defensive scheme or the offensive scheme, what you run, how many people are on your roster that play my position, how much money we talking about, what opportunities are you going to provide for me outside of the locker room, outside of football. There's a lot of
how many
things you
kids have
gotta
you
factor
sent to
in.
the league?
How many kids have you coached that's going to be coaching me, not the head coach,
Right,
my position coach?
right,
Have you put anyone in the league? What do you see in me? How are you going to make me better?
right.
What are my
That's
flaws that you've seen on film, and how are you going to make me better? So you got to factor
And
all that stuff in.
you made your decision to go to Colorado. Is that something that you were conscious of? How many people Coach Cabral put into the league?
Man, let me tell you this story. When Colorado came to my high school, I was a junior in high school. AJ Kristoff came to my high school. He was the DC. AJ asked my high school coach, "Can I borrow a classroom? I want to show him how we're going to use him in our scheme." We go inside the classroom, and AJ Kristoff says, "I coach Derek Thomas at Alabama. You're the next thing closest to Derek Thomas. This is how I'm going to use you." He's drawing up different schemes.
this
He's like, "You're
conversation
fast.
over.
You're Yeah, yeah. So he's drawing up different schemes that fit my skill set. So you know what that did for me? I'm like, I'm not just a recruit to this dude. He knows my skill set, and he's going to display my skill set. And that's exactly what Colorado did. You were there, T. You witnessed it. I mean, from day one. So people always ask, man, why you didn't go to USC? Why you didn't go to Ohio State? Because the guy that recruited me at Colorado, I knew when I was going to Colorado, he was going to display what I do best.
Facts. Facts.
Great point. Great point right
And
there.
the
That's
rest
why
Yeah,
and the
your
rest
and
is
you
son.
and
history.
you and you have to look at that, man. I remember, even though I didn't end up going there, it was similar with Kansas, but at the time, when Coach Stoops and I was getting recruited extremely hard, man, by Mike Stoops and when all of them, man, Gino and all of them were at K State, and it was a similar thing, like you said. Man, he sat down and he was like, man, look, he was like, the only reason he said we could bring you in as a freshman, but we're not gonna start you as a freshman because our starting guy, he's leaving early. He's gonna win the Thorpe, and we run man. We got Dana, we got all these killers. All we run is 4-3 cover one all day, every damn day. And that's what you do. So again, I agree with you. When you have coaches that understand your skill set, they're putting you in the best position for you to ball on Saturdays to get to the Sunday.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, you guys, let's go on to
Absolutely.
the next topic. And I want to rip and run with Jashon. Thank you for joining us. If you're joining us live, so we can get him to his daughter's game. The next topic, you guys, is an interesting one. Obviously, we all know what happened with Deshaun Foster losing his job at UCLA. And now the job is open for hire, and they're looking at different candidates. The coach from Boise State is one of the guys they're looking at. But all of a sudden, they've ripped off 3 Big Ten wins, starting with Penn State, then Michigan State, and then now Maryland. So looking at the schedule, you guys, they're in the thick of it as far as the Big Ten, and they play number 2, Indiana, this weekend. So Tim Skipper is the interim coach right now. And I want to ask you guys, we'll start off with you, Guru. Does the job search need to stop if the Bruins are able to knock off Indiana this weekend?
I'm not saying it needs to stop. I would be, if I'm the athletic director, I'm going to always exercise all my options. But man, they pull this off. That's a big win. That's a big eye opener. And you very well, if you win this game with a team that's had, because Indiana's had a lot of success last year and and this year as well. You knock them off. Hey, it might be where we don't need to look any further. But that but here's the thing too, T. You can't put your whole decision on this game. You have to look at the total framework of the whole season. Where do we end up at the season? So even if we lose to them, but we still notch a couple of W's and we go to a decent bowl, whoever's the current staff is still got to be in play.
All right. Talk to me, Jay. I mean, you've been on the back end of these type of decisions, man. Does it come to a point where somebody does so good at the interim that you just shut down the search? Do you think if he beats Indiana, they should shut it down?
Yeah, so Tim Skipper has been in college ball for a long time. His dad has been coaching for a long time. So and he's paid his dues as a assistant coach.
Yeah.
If he beats Indiana this week, you have to take a strong look at making him the guy. Now, we gotta find out what happened with Deshaun Foster as a head coach. Like, because they didn't change personnel. Now a few coaches swapped out. I know Jerry Newhouser is now the OC. Like, what was the big difference? Why are these guys playing harder now? Is it because it's a new scheme that fits the skill set? Is it because it's a new guy at the helm? Like, if I'm the AD, I want to know before I make you the permanent guy, why are these guys playing harder now? Because we've seen it a lot where a coach gets fired, an interim comes in, and that very next game the team wins.
Yeah.
And it's like, some new energy, but can you as a permanent head coach, can you sustain this
Yeah,
energy now? Can
yeah,
you
Yes.
yeah.
sustain a program? So as an AD, you got to look at all those things. Now, if they go out and beat Indiana, and I've watched them play Indiana play a number of times this season as well as UCLA. UCLA is talented enough to beat anybody in the country. Now, if they go out and beat Indiana, you got to sit Skipper down and say, hey, talk to me about your game plan as a head coach. Talk to me about your recruiting philosophy. Now we got to have some serious
For a
conversations
long term.
about,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Right.
I
All right.
frankly, I agree with you, Seven. I really just think, man, is they already had all the puzzle pieces anyway. It's just like
Yep.
you said, it's putting the right kids and and understanding their skill sets and putting them in the right place. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I mean, they
Absolutely.
already talented, man. Anyway, man, and I think it was a minor adjustment that unfortunately, man, D. Foster just couldn't figure out. And man, these guys figured it out and turned it around. So definitely kudos to them for sure.
Well, I
Yeah,
tell you what,
some
if they go
coaches,
into Indiana and they beat Indiana, man, uh, he gonna have a job somewhere. If it ain't at UCLA, it's
Yeah.
gonna be somewhere. somebody gives him a shot. And I see the great Big Ruck coming in, and he says, if UCLA doesn't figure out how to keep Baby Newhigh, who we used to see running on the practice field, Jay, somebody else will needs to get fired.
Hold on, not so fast. Jerry Newhouse has been a part of UCLA program for a very long
Yeah,
time.
he has. He
Tell
has.
me, tell me who you have recruited, Jerry. Why have every head coach come in there? They only seen you as a position coach. You're only the OC right now because there was changes in the program. That doesn't necessarily mean Jerry's going to be dialing it up now that they know who you are philosophy wise and scheme wise. So I don't want to jump on the Jerry train so fast. They're doing a hell of a job, but are they doing a hell of a job just because it's new energy and new voices, new scheme?
Yeah.
Good point.
So I,
Good point.
I always look at like, why haven't you got that opportunity? You've been at your alma mater for over 10 years. Why haven't you got that opportunity yet?
Good point. And that's
Yeah.
why you were
Yeah.
on that. And that's why I wanted to bring that question to you, because you've been on the back end of those decisions, and you do have to take your time. That's a big decision, passing everything
Big time.
over to
Big
Skipper
time.
for UCLA. So good stuff right there, Jay. We're about to get Jay out. We got a couple more questions here, you guys. We're not going to do open audience Q&A. I know Guru's got one, but we're not going to do open audience Q&A tonight. This next one, you guys, is a little bit on a somber note, and this is a Bay Area guy. And for those that know me, know I'm a Bay Area native. Doug Martin. Only 8 years, Q. Only 8 years after hanging it up. This is somebody that had a couple Pro Bowl seasons. He's no longer with us, Q. And the family said that they knew there was some mental health issues there. He died after a struggle with police, so they're investigating that. And the officers that were involved are on administrative leave. So I want to ask you, Q, these guys that have the mental health issues, do you think that this is something that stems from football, or do you think that usually these guys have these issues during their career?
Man, it's a case by case basis, man. I believe that sometimes it can be in regards to any CTE that's coming into play. Some guys, man, just have a pattern of making bad decisions. Right, and we kind of try to get so scientific about it or overly analytical. Some guys just have what I'm saying? Like Cedric Benson, God rest his soul. The boy just made bad decisions over and over and over. It was a pattern, right? So sometimes it's just like that, man. It really is. And these guys sometimes had no prominent person in their life to deter them from making better choices. Now, again, I'm not ruling out CTE, but I feel like maybe it could have been a combination of the two. Because CTE or not, man, it's one of the things where some decisions, man, are gonna just cost you. Sometimes everything.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Jay, did you ever feel like, man, maybe after football that you needed to get some support, some guidance on the mental health side? And how, as a family, do you watch out for loved ones?
Yeah, so before I respond, I'm sympathetic, and I hope the family of Doug Martin is remaining strong, and it's unfortunate, however he passed away, like whatever the real reason,
Yeah.
the reality of it, it's a sad situation. Here's the reality that no one really wants to talk about publicly. When you play football, it's a decision that you make. And when you're done playing football, whether it's high school, college, or NFL, however far you get in playing football, that organization should not be responsible for your mental health because you decided to play that sport. It's equivalent to, say, I work for IBM or some Fortune 500 company. I worked there for 10 years, right? And all of a sudden, they lay me off. and I'm depressed and I have all these things going on mentally, is IBM still responsible for my mental or depression? No, right?
No.
So,
Yeah.
like, as former players, we gotta know one day the game's gonna be over with. And in most cases, it's over with sooner than we think. And we can't, like, everyone has this mind, especially if you make it to the league, you like, I'm gonna play 10 plus years, retire, and I'm gonna make millions of dollars, right? Man, you got to be blessed, lucky, injury free. Like, you got to have a lot of things happen your way in your favor to get that side of the story. Most of us are gonna play 4 or 5 years like I did. You're gonna make enough money to maybe last you a year or two if you spend your money wisely. And now you're gonna have to get in the real world and get your a job. That is very stressful if you're not prepared.
Right.
You so playing this game, you have to be ready for the end. And that is the most uh scary part because you don't know when that end date is. So that's where the depression and yeah, there's some CTE behind, contact and blows to the head. I'm not knocking that. But as far as holding the the NFL responsible, like you signed up to play this game and you were fortunate enough to make it and be one of 1,600 people to play a sport. Like you got to know injuries come with it and CTE and all this other thing. Like you got to be prepared individually to handle that. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Instead of like
Yeah.
using the NFL, like, man, they not doing nothing for me. What? It's a job. Like they've moved on. The organizations have moved on. That's on you to
Yeah.
get yourself taken care of and prepare for the real world.
Yeah, and the reason I can agree with that too is because going back to the beginning of the show, I'm sure that's why you really took the time to really, in regards to your son, like, hey,
Yep,
this is a man's game. You gonna
yep,
have
yep,
to understand what you getting into for. So if y'all
yep,
need to run this back, listen to what he said, and then go back to the beginning of the show and rewind it. That's why Jashon has took the time to make sure before his son got off into this right deep what he's dealing with.
yep,
You chose.
yep,
This a man's game.
yep,
I
Yeah.
yep.
feel
If
you.
we gonna do this, I'll support you, but I have to educate you on things beyond the game.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond the game. It's bigger than just lining up, 11 on 11. No, we like that's the easy part, but there's other things that's going to be stepping stones or it's going to be
Taken from
some
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, being a dad, experienced it a little bit. I got to prepare my kid for that.
I
Yeah.
love it. I love
Yeah.
it, you guys. And this
I
is
mean,
exactly
I
why. Go ahead, Jay.
I want to add one more thing. Like as talented as my son is and all the potential that he has, man, we talk about trade school all the time. I'm like, man, you know who the next millionaires are? The plumbers and the
Yep.
mechanics.
The
Like,
welders.
yeah, the welders. So we talk about business stuff like life after football because man, that stuff ain't promised. And even if you do have a successful career, it don't mean you gonna make millions of dollars and retire from it.
Great
So I'm
point.
just preparing
Yeah.
my kid, man, for life after.
100%, you guys. And this is exactly why we wanted to have Jashon back on the show. Not only was he a phenomenal player, but you see now why he was a phenomenal player. It's the mindset. It's the mindset. So you guys keep this, all this, you got to run this one back. There's some shows that you got to run back. You're not going to get everything live. You got to run this one back. So
Yeah.
a couple more things here. And a matter of fact, we are on to the very precious lightning round. And Jay has been through the lightning round before. So we're going to get after it. This is where he's got 60 seconds, y'all, to get through my questions. and he's got to say the first thing that comes through his mind. I got my questions right here. I've known this man since he was 17, 18 years old. So I got some good questions for him, and he's going to tell us the first thing that comes through his mind. So you ready to rock and roll, Jay?
Stay ready. You don't have to get ready.
I heard that. I heard that. So we get the stopwatch ready. He did good last time. I don't know exactly what he got, but he did good last time. Now, if you're joining us for the first time, we don't just do this for fun. Me and Guru put a little skin in the game so Jashon can get a dinner. He can get a dinner for him and his boy, who's bigger than him now, if he gets to 15 or more. If he can answer 15 or more in 60 seconds, then he's got a dinner on the Locker Room Show at the end of the season. All right, 7. First thing that comes to your mind when I say what's on my list. 60 seconds. 60
Here
seconds.
we go.
Of course, I will
Let's
want
do
the
it.
Buffalo to win this. All right, let's do it. Number 1, lightning round with Jashon Sykes. Number 1, first thing that comes to your mind. Mike Shanahan, go.
Legend.
Favorite restaurant in Arizona.
Mastros.
Best QB you ever played against.
Tom Brady.
Bijan Robinson or Christian McCaffrey.
Bijan Robinson.
Favorite birthday cake.
Pound cake.
Clinton Portis.
Fast.
Trip to Hawaii or trip to Miami.
Miami.
Favorite football player growing up.
Lawrence Taylor.
Travis Hunter, 50 seconds.
Heisman.
Breakfast sandwich or breakfast burrito.
Breakfast sandwich.
Andre Giroux.
Athletic.
Time. We'll give you one.
We got to run it back. We got to see where we at.
You going Bugatti or Rolls Royce?
Rolls Royce.
All right. So that's the great Jashon. Now, as we always do, we got to add them up and we got to revisit some of these questions. So 15 is the number. 15 is the number for him to get a dinner on the Locker Room Show. Now he gets 1 protect delay. So 14 even puts him in the mix with the great Alan Ortiz, wide receiver, New Mexico State, and the great Coach Logan over at Midwestern State. They both tied at 15. So 14 puts him in the mix. Let's see what he's got. So number 1 was Mike Shanahan, the coach that brought him in from the Broncos. He says legend. Number 2, favorite restaurant in AZ. He says Mastros. Number 3, best QB you ever played against. He says Tom Brady. Number 4, Bijan Robinson, Christian McCaffrey. He says, give me Bijan. Number 5, favorite birthday cake. He says, I'm going pound cake. Number 6, Clinton Portis, his old running back with the Broncos. He says fast. Number 7, Hawaii or Miami. He says, give me Miami. Number 8, favorite football player growing up. He says LT. Number 9, Travis Hunter, the CU alum. He says Heisman. Number 10, breakfast sandwich or burrito. He says, give me the sandwich. Number 11, Andre Giroux, our old teammate. He says athletic. And then number 11, Bugatti or Rolls Royce. He says, give me the Rolls Royce. So with the tech delay, he's at 12. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got close. I think the couple ones that stumped you, Jay.
There's a couple good ones,
the restaurant and also the Hawaii, Miami. He don't know
that's a tough call,
Hawaii,
man. That's a tough call.
I love it.
Miami, man. Yeah, I got some stories, man.
Okay, that's Locker Room After Dark. We bringing that in the spring.
That's pay-per-view. You got to pay for that. We'll put the link in. We'll put the link in at the end of
the pay-per-view Locker Room. But before we let him go, Q&A question. Guru, what you got for this man?
Definitely, Seven. So it was kind of in regards to, man, a few questions that Tia just asked you. When you first got to Denver, man, who was it, man, either on other squads as the season got going or that was on the squad where you were like, damn, okay, dude as advertised. Like my man, nice. So you know what I'm saying? Like, did anybody jump out like, okay, this a bad dude? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, several. So I was in the AFC West, man. So every week it was either LaDainian Tomlinson, it was Jimmy, I forgot his name. From Jacksonville, running back from Jacksonville.
Oh, Fred
What's his
Taylor.
name? Yeah, Fred T. I said
Fred
Fred
Jimmy.
Taylor.
Taylor,
Fred T.
yeah.
You thinking of Jimmy
Fred
Smith
T.
though, receiver?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Fred T. Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, hell, you can
Man,
stop
Peyton
there for
Manning.
real. That's
Man,
yeah.
like I remember because I played against Peyton every year. One year
Right.
we played against him we played against him three times. One in the preseason, we played against him in week 15, and then we had to go back there and play him in the playoffs.
Damn.
And man, like trying to prepare for him, and then like every play, like you on pins and needles because if you got one bad, you mess up one time or you show him one thing, that's touchdown. So man,
Damn.
just preparing for Peyton was
That's
crazy,
insane
man. But
IQ. That's insane, man.
yeah, 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 and
Dang.
all that Omaha, man, that's just fluff. All he doing is trying to see what you in.
Jay, can I
But
give you one
yeah,
more, man, before I let you
yeah,
go?
yeah.
All right. And this one, hopefully, you can punt it if you don't want to answer it. But I seen everything, man. I seen from them talking about you coming to see you and the staff excited about you. I seen your growth from your freshman year till you leaving. I seen you crying on the balcony with Coach Cabral when you were the best linebacker in the country and they told you couldn't play anymore, possibly. And then I seen you have to go as an undrafted free agent when you probably should have been a first or second round pick. Um, how did you come to peace with that after everything? Or do you feel like you're at peace with that?
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. I
Yeah.
love football. I don't love nothing else like football except my immediate family. Hell no. I worked hard. I worked hard to get to all that stuff,
Yeah.
that I accomplished. And you got to have a love for it to put in the time, to put in um, the study time and the weight room time and all the extra stuff. And I knew because I was prepared for my older brothers. I knew what I had to put in to get where I wanted. And hell no, man. I literally think about it every day, dog. Without shedding a tear looking at y'all, I think about that every day
Yeah.
because
That's a raw
you
answer,
know the
bro.
the
That's
the
raw.
law says, the law of life, if you put in the grind and you put in the time, you will get in
It's supposed to
return.
happen. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't get that, dog. And it bothers, like I get emotional thinking about that. I ain't gonna lie. 30 plus years later, however long it was, I still get emotional about that. And you know, there are some things that I'll talk about off camera that I'll be like, oh, that's why. But it's only one reason that'll make me say, oh, that's why. It's only
That's
one thing.
yeah.
But yeah, man, I think about it every day, man. Like, yeah, because I love the game, man. I loved everything about it. I love the preparation. I love like when you watching film and you see that tight end shift over or you see that guard light and you know exactly what play is coming and you go blow that shit up and you like, I know what y'all doing, homie, because I've been studying. I'm prepared. Man, that's the best feeling. It's the best feeling in the world. And
Yeah.
um even in the league, man, like, I had a taste of that in the league, but injuries and all that stuff happened. But Yeah, man. I think about it all the time because our class T was a big class, and a lot of our class, them dudes went on.
Yeah.
They went on to do their thing, and I'm happy for everyone. I'm not jealous or envious of anyone's success stories. I love success stories. But me personally, I don't understand. I always be like, man, I try not to ask God why, but I'm trying to
And question them. Yeah. Hey, bro, I'm with you.
yeah,
I ain't mean to cut you off, bro, but I feel
yeah,
you, bro. Yeah. Yeah.
I trust
I could
God,
relate now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
but
mean,
he hasn't revealed to me from my relationship with God. And I'm no saint and I ain't here to preach. But from my individual relationship with God, usually God will reveal to you why he did something or why he didn't do something. I
That
haven't got that yet.
was see, but seven, that's the thing. That's assuming your heart is healed, bro. You
Yeah,
on the clock with him. See, when your heart is
right.
healed, then he gonna lay it out for you. Cause see,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Like I know me at 19, 20, 20, when it went one of them things, shit, I go first and second round. I might have been detrimental to my damn self out here, man, tripping or whatnot. Man. So it's like you don't know until your heart is healed. So when your heart is healed, you not even gonna answer that question how you just did, bro.
Yeah, it's only one thing that'll resolve all that.
Yeah.
And I can't reveal that yet.
I feel you. No, you hold that. Yeah, hold that close to your chest. But I promise
Yeah.
you, when your heart is healed 100%, man, God gonna lay the whole thing out for you, bro. And
I hope.
then you really gonna be at peace.
I hope.
You coping right now. You
I
coping
hope.
because you thugging it out. I feel you. You know,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But when you'll see, bro. You'll see.
well,
I hope.
I
I
appreciate the
know,
raw man, the raw end, because dog, we feel
yeah,
you, bro. Me and Tina,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, you
yeah.
know what it is, bro. You know what it is sitting up
Yeah.
there looking at cats like, man, I didn't murk this dude. Like, I didn't, like, man,
Oh
you
man.
damn go
It's still
25th
you
overall, and I didn't lock this dude down for
you
4 quarters straight with. I feel you, bro.
you
You didn't duck, man.
you know what's crazy is like it's cats that has played long NFL careers, right? And I'll run into some people and they'll be like, yo, you Sykes from Colorado? And they'll be telling me stories from college.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
No
And
doubt.
I'm like, and I'm very appreciative and humbled by that. But like when you ball out in college, you're supposed to reap the benefits. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
get that, man. That
Yeah.
man, ooh, man.
Yeah.
Dawg, I'll suit up right now if I had a helmet and shoulder pads.
Hey,
I
I
swear I
feel you.
would.
I'll be right with you. I'll be right with you, but but man, boys got to heal, man. When you heal,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, man, that sting not even there no more, dog.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
all
man,
good.
I'm gonna let you go, and I love you, dude, because that was totally unscripted, and for you to be open and honest, and I know you were honest because I wouldn't expect you to answer that any different if you were gonna be honest. So I appreciate that, man. I
Yeah,
really
Yeah, I
appreciate
appreciate
that,
it, man.
for sure.
and shit, you the baddest linebacker I ever played with. So and I know
Appreciate
the
that,
next
man.
version is coming up, but love you, man, and we'll talk.
Love,
Get with the
love.
family.
My
We'll
Appreciate
boy,
y'all.
talk to you.
for sure.
All right, man. So hey, Guru, the locker room show, brother.
Hey man, we get deep on here sometimes, man, because it's real. Like man, we take this sport to heart, man. This is a sport of men, you know what I'm saying? And you have to take it to heart to be successful in it, man. That again, that's why he explained to his son before his son started this journey. Hey man, like you gotta give this game everything, bro.
Everything.
You gotta give it everything, man. You can't see no success in this sport giving nothing less than everything, man. And that's why the man's heart still has to heal, because he should have, man, where he was drafted, injuries or whatever. And it is hard not to question God, man. It really is, man. But you can't, because God can see your life on an omniscient level, man. So you don't know what could have been if you would have went drafted how you thought you were supposed to go. You know, it's like the butterfly effect, man. Yo, you know, if you go
It's
back,
like sometimes
yeah,
when somebody misses a flight or something, or misses
final
leaving the house on
destination or
time.
something. Exactly. Because if you go back and change it, T and Q go first round, but you don't know, you know what I'm saying, man, you might not have the least of things that might be different. You see what I'm saying? So that's why you can't question God. You just gotta be like, man, I've been on this journey. I've met some dope dudes. I had an opportunity to ball at a high level in this game. And man, you know, and I've been able to, man, to travel and be places that some people will never be able to get to. And that's the things that this game brings.
The football operations gig was good. I remember talking to him when he was in football ops, and he said his job was to fly to the opposing destination before the team to make sure everything was okay. So, you know, they were in the Mountain West, so he had to fly to Hawaii before the team, make sure everything's okay. You know,
Right.
but Jay has done some amazing things. So proud of him, man. I was a year ahead of Jay, but I redshirted, so it ended up working out where we were kind of hitting the field same
Same
time as
time, yeah.
freshmen. And no, man. I mean, from day one, dude, day one, training camp, you know, he was making plays. And to see, I mean, now we live, Q, in the day of NIL. Somebody would have had to pay him,
Oh, big
you
money.
know,
Yeah, for
$1
sure.
million, just under $1 million. But I saw thousands, dude, thousands of number 7 number 7 jerseys in the stadium. And he did not make one
One
penny, man.
dime, yeah.
And it was always expected in our day, oh, you get that money back. But, dude, literally, man, I'll say it real quick, and this is good for the audience before. And I see Zim, I see you in there. And you said, hey, I felt that story. Yeah, you know, because you went through similar things.
Yeah, man.
See my wife come in. That was a beautiful moment. People needed to hear that good stuff from Big Rupp. But I'll tell you guys a story real quick before we let you go. So Jashon is an All-American. His junior year, he led the country in forced fumbles. His senior year, preseason All-American, expecting big things. He's balling out, Q. This is probably, he's balling out his senior year. And he didn't have to come back. He didn't have to come back.
Right.
So he's balling out his senior year, man. And this is probably like game 5, game 6. We're coming from practice and training table. So for those that don't know, training table is the team meal. So we just had practice. Now we had our meal. Now we can go home. We're walking home. Me, my roommate, few other guys. We're headed to the car to go home, man. And we see Jashon kind of up on a terrace from the coaches' offices.
Hey.
And it's just him and the linebacker coach. And linebacker coach is a hardcore linebacker coach. Played 85 Browns.
Yeah,
Bears,
old school, like a tough dude.
Yeah. Tough dude. You know, and love Jashon. Coach Cabral and Jashon on the terrace. We're walking down the hill. We see Jashon up there, and all we could see is him looking away from Coach Cabral, and he's crying. You could tell he's emotional, and he's shaking his head like this. And what we didn't know, and we're like, dang, what's going on? You know, maybe, I don't know, his grades is messed up or something. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But literally, man, we're walking down. I can remember it like it was yesterday. We're walking down the hill at the moment he's told he may never play again. Dang. This is like the program when Duke returned linebacker All-American, like that, but with his neck. This is so we didn't, the year we win the championship, dude, he's in a hat and jersey. He's not even playing the rest of the year. We didn't even have him, the best linebacker in the country, possibly. You know, but literally walking to my car, man, with some teammates and seeing him get the word that he may never play again. For him, he had a surgery. He's got a scar on his neck.
Yeah.
You know, and still went undrafted free agent to the Browns and still started for them for a couple years, man. But he lost
That's
a
crazy.
lot of money, dude.
Yeah,
He lost
that
a lot
sound
of
like
money.
Ron. They sound like Ron Warner. It's
Yeah.
man, and you hate to see because you know like these dudes is
And
top
Coach
draft picks.
Cabral knew it too, dude. Because it's some guys that for one they're talented, so you know, okay, they going. But for two, you know, they put in the work.
Yeah,
So Coach Cabral, like, dude, Coach Cabral, like, is telling him this now, knowing the dynamics, man. Coach Cabral is telling him this information, but hurting for him just as much because he wants it for, like, he wants it for him.
yeah, yeah. I couldn't imagine. I
He
couldn't
wasn't supposed
imagine,
to play again, dude.
dude. I couldn't imagine being that coach having to deliver that information. Like
And
I
the pro
damn near,
player.
yeah, dog, like that's hard. It's like you
I
damn
picture
near,
somebody coming to Woodson at Michigan and
yeah.
say, you cannot play again.
Yeah, you damn near rather the doctor tell the. I mean, but it's like their relationship probably was so tight. He's like, no, I'm gonna tell him. The doctor ain't gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell him. You know, so the that like man, big ups, man, to your coach even having enough heart because I know he had to pull himself together to tell that boy that. I know he did. I can't even wrap my mind around telling a kid that, man.
Yeah, no, Jay was focused, man. You know, we go party every once in a while, but Jay was focused. His brother played at Oregon State and played at a high level, so he had kind of hipped him to the game. So he was focused, man, and he was under the impression he's about to get paid.
That's tough, man. That's tough. But that man, he been all right. He gonna be all right. He just man, he got a little bit more healing to do, man. And like I said, man, gotta lay everything out for him, man.
Yeah, yeah,
Lay
and,
everything
and
out
just
for him.
just beautiful family, man. His daughter is bad, and flag football. She got a flag football scholarship.
That's
His
what's
wife
up.
to the far right, Kiana. They've been together since high school, and it's just real dope family. The one thing we didn't get to mention, you guys, is he's got a big time trucking business. Helps guys get their licenses in Arizona, be truckers, and make money for their family. And he's put a lot of passion in the CFT trucking school. So you guys check that out. If you know somebody that might want to get a trucking license, you guys check out Jashon because he puts a lot of passion into that too. Uh, Zim saying no better coach to give him that message, no doubt, man.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
because I know Coach Cabral
Mhm.
recruited Zim too. So yeah, and Coach Cabral's a man of faith. So you're right, Zim, right there. So hey, you guys, we went a little longer, but hey, we went a little deeper than we usually go.
Yeah,
But that's
yeah.
what the locker room show is all about. Guru, anything for the good people before we let them go?
Hey man, same thing I've been saying, man. We getting later on into the
In the
season, man.
playoffs,
Hey,
man.
now that we've really talked about it, now I gotta really focus in on this UCLA Indiana game, man, because that's huge for that staff.
Yeah,
That's huge for
yeah.
that staff, man.
Because
Man,
you
my J
pass a certain threshold, right?
yeah,
Where I
yeah.
mean, you know, the only wins we got are the wins that we got when I started coaching. We may have a chance to even go to a Big Ten title game, probably going to a playoff, a bowl game. If we knock off the number 2 team in the country that is killing everybody, shouldn't I get the job?
It's but like I said, I agree. But as an AD, man, you gotta look at all your options, man, because it's one of those things where if I gotta, and I know how a lot of these ADs are, they're so SEC biased. It's like, okay, you're winning, but if I can get a coach from a prominent SEC school,
Mm.
I don't know if I really go with you. You know what I'm saying? If I get a guy from Florida, or I get a guy from Bama, or Ole Miss, or Georgia, you can't say that you're gonna keep this staff regardless, even of success, because everybody's so SEC biased.
Well, you better hit. If you don't keep them, you better hit.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying.
definitely. So it's a tough call for the AD out there, man. But we gonna see. That's the beauty of football, man. Whether it's every Saturday, every Sunday, or even every Friday night, man. Long as it's time on that clock, you don't ever know. You don't never
There you
know,
go.
bro.
You don't never know. So, hey, we'll see you next week in the locker room. We got another great guest coming your way. I'm Coach Wood. That's Guru. Make sure you subscribe. We'll see you at the top. Have a good one.